Welcome back, guys. All of you must have seen many such videos on the internet where people are seen playing with wild animals by making them pets. But what if someone's pet and beloved animal itself turns into a killer? Well, in this video I am going to tell you about unlucky people who were harmed by their own pets. So, let's start our countdown. Mark Weigel, a man who kept deadly spiders. These man that you are seeing, his name was Mark Weigel, and he lived in Germany. Normally, when insects and bugs enter people's houses, they feel irritated and try every possible way to remove them from their home. But Mark was very different from normal people. You will be shocked to know that this man had more than 200 insects in his house, and all of them were his pets. Among these pet insects there were many spiders. Not only that, but he had also had the world's most dangerous spider, the Black Widow, his pet. Well, one day Mark locked his house and suddenly disappeared. His friends kept searching for him for many days, but there was no trace of Mark. Eventually they filed a police complaint. When the police broke into Mark's house and searched inside, they found his lifeless body lying inside. His entire body was covered with insects and bugs, and these insects were eating Mark's body. When his post-mortem was done, it was revealed that Mark had died due to a bite from a Black Widow spider. Actually, he was alone in the house that day, and suddenly the spider bit him. But Mark did not take the spider's bite seriously. He did not know that the Black Widow's bite could take his life. What was even more disturbing was that after his death, all his pet insects started eating him. This is really unbelievable. Alita, the woman who loved deadly snakes. Now let's talk about Black Mamba, one of the world's most dangerous snakes. In her house, Alita had kept a big cage with more than 70 Black Mamba snakes inside. She treated them like her own children and loved them very much. One day, when Alita's husband returned home from work, he saw that Alita was lying unconscious on the floor. He immediately called the police and an ambulance. When the police arrived, it was discovered that Alita had died. But the reason for her sudden death was unknown to anyone. Later, when a post-mortem was done, it was found that she had died due to a snake bite. Actually, that day, Alita had forgotten to lock the snake cage, and one Black Mamba snake bit her on the arm, which led to her death. The venom of this snake is so deadly that saving a person becomes almost impossible. Even if someone is taken to a hospital on time, the chances of survival are very low. The Black Mamba is known for its speed, aggression, and extremely potent venom. A single bite can kill a human within hours. Even if someone is taken to a hospital on time, the chances of survival are very low. Ronald Hub, the man eaten by his own lizards. The lizard you are seeing is called a monitor lizard. These are so dangerous that they even hunt large animals like kangaroos. Now let's talk about Ronald Hub. This man had a great passion for keeping reptiles. And he had kept not just one, but many monitor lizards in his house. These lizards lived with him, and he loved them very much. Ronald's relatives and friends always warned him that lizards are very dangerous, and that he should stay away from them. But he never listened to anyone. One day, Ronald did not come out of his house from morning till evening, nor did he call anyone. One of his relatives reported his missing complaint to the police. When the police reached his house and tried to open the door, they found it locked from inside. Because of this, opening the door was difficult. When they finally broke the door open and entered, they saw a shocking scene. Ronald's lifeless body was lying near the door, and several monitor lizards were crawling over him, eating his body. Actually, these lizards had not been fed for a long time, so they attacked Ronald. He tried to escape, but the reptiles caught him. He could not reach the door in time, and he died. Anyway, what could be more terrifying than this? Michael and his deadly pet bear. As you all know, bears are one of the most aggressive animals in the world. Usually bears are found in forest, and they are so dangerous that they have killed many humans. Despite knowing all this, a man named Michael, who lived in Pennsylvania, and his wife kept a bear as a pet in their house. By the time they realized their mistake, it was too late. Michael and his wife loved this bear like their own child, and the bear was very friendly with everyone in the house. Michael's wife Kelvin used to clean the bear's cage regularly, Whenever she cleaned the cage, the bear used to be outside. But one day the bear was inside the cage. When Kelvin went inside to clean it, as soon as she started sweeping, the bear suddenly attacked her. Michael's children saw the bear attacking their mother, and they started screaming loudly. Hearing the screams, the whole family gathered. Michael immediately grabbed his gun and shot the bear, but by then the bear had already killed Kelvin. No matter what, this incident was really terrifying. Clash and his wild beast. As we all know, wild beasts are one of the most aggressive animals in the world. They are like wild pigs, but they are extremely dangerous, and are usually found in forests. However, a man named Clash, who lived in California, loved wild beasts so much that he kept one as a pet in his backyard. Clash had a huge interest in keeping exotic animals. He loved his pet beast very much, and he even fed it with his own hands daily. On December 5, 2004, Clash, as usual, went to the backyard to feed the boar. But even after 2 hours, he did not return to the house. His wife thought that he might have gone out for some work, but when he did not return by the afternoon, she went to the backyard to check. There, she saw Clash's dead body lying on the ground. His wife panicked and immediately called the police. When the police arrived, they found out that Clash had been killed by his pet wild beast. The beast had attacked Clash's head so brutally that it was beyond recognition. After all, what else can be expected from a wild animal? The man you are watching, his name was Marvin, a 75-year-old man from Florida. Marvin was very fond of Australian birds and water. One day he went to his farm. Its face resembles an ostrich. Generally, they are quite dangerous. He was passionate about Australian birds. One of his most prized possessions was a cassowary, a large, flightless bird native to Australia and New Guinea. Cassowaries resemble ostriches, but are far more dangerous due to their powerful legs and razor-sharp claws. Despite their aggressive nature, Marvin had kept one as a pet for years. One day, while tending to the cassowary's enclosure, Marvin accidentally fell to the ground. Startled by his sudden movement, the bird perceived him as a threat and launched a vicious attack. Cassowaries are known for their strong legs and dagger-like claws, capable of inflicting deep wounds. Unfortunately, Marvin suffered severe injuries as the bird struck him multiple times. Despite his injuries, Marvin managed to call for help. Emergency services arrived and rushed him to the hospital, but his condition was critical. Cassowary attacks are rare, but when they happen, they can cause deep laceration, internal bleeding, and trauma. Though he fought for his life, the injuries proved too severe, and he died later at the hospital. This tragic incident serves as a chilling reminder of how unpredictable and dangerous even wild birds can be.
If you enjoyed this, there's a lot more where that came from. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. And if this video added value, show some love by hitting like. It really helps. See you in the next one.